Imagine the dawn breaking over Topkapı Palace. The call to prayer fades into the distance. Servants hurry through shadowed marble corridors. The Sultan's harem awakens slowly. But somewhere inside these gilded walls, something far more dangerous stirs. Two women, each powerful in her own right, are about to collide. One is the beloved mother of the Sultan, the most respected woman in the empire, Valide Hafsa Hatun. The other, a fiery newcomer from a distant land, Hürrem, a girl who refuses to bow. Their rivalry is not just personal. It is political. It is emotional. It is deadly. This is the hidden power struggle that shaped the destiny of Suleiman, the empire, and generations that followed. Welcome to Hürrem versus Valide Sultan, the hidden power struggle. Topkapı Palace is a world of its own. Silent gardens hiding whispered secrets, marble floors polished by centuries of footsteps, shadows that seem to listen more than they speak. Before Hürrem arrives, the palace already has its queen, Valide Sultan, mother of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. In Magnificent Century, Hafsa is portrayed as elegant, experienced, and deeply aware of palace protocol. Her authority is unquestioned. Every concubine bows, every servant obeys. For years, she has maintained order in the harem with discipline and tradition. The hierarchy is clear, the rules are iron, and no one, absolutely no one, dares to challenge her. Until now. When Hürrem arrives, she is a young woman with blazing red hair and a rebellious spirit. But from the moment she steps into the harem, the atmosphere shifts. Even the Sultan's mother notices her spark. This is a girl who does not know how to break and will not learn easily. From the series, we remember her laughter echoing in the halls, her boldness in front of higher-ranked concubines, her refusal to accept punishment quietly. To the Valide Sultan, this is trouble, a seed of chaos, a potential threat. Hürrem doesn't follow the rules. Worse, she does not fear them. The Valide attempts to discipline her early on. She scolds her for laughing too loudly. She warns her about palace etiquette. She even tries sending her away from Suleiman's chambers. But Hürrem has already caught the Sultan's eye. And this is where the invisible war begins. Magnificent Century dramatizes their conflict beautifully. One of the most iconic scenes. Hürrem kneels before the Valide, head bowed, waiting for punishment. But when the Valide expects submission, Hürrem lifts her chin, eyes burning. She defies her, not with words, but with presence. Valide Sultan realizes something dangerous. This girl is not just another concubine. She is unpredictable, ambitious, and Suleiman is already captivated by her. On the other side, Hürrem feels cornered. She knows that the Valide sees her as disposable. She knows that her survival depends on winning Suleiman's heart and maintaining his favor. For Hürrem, this is not just rivalry. It is survival. It is existence. It is destiny. One of the earliest sparks of conflict comes through something small but symbolically powerful: Suleiman's gifts. In the harem, a gift from the Sultan is not simply affection. It is rank. It is political favor. It is protection. When Hürrem receives gifts, jewelry, silk garments, even private time with the Sultan, the entire balance of the harem is shaken. But for the Valide, this is more than an inconvenience. It is a threat to the stability of the palace. Hürrem is upsetting traditions designed to protect the dynasty. In the series, Valide tries to intervene gently at first, reminding Suleiman of palace customs. But Suleiman is stubborn, and his affection for Hürrem only grows. Tension thickens like storm clouds over the palace. Servants begin whispering. Old concubines fear losing influence. And in the center of the storm, two women circling each other like lions. In magnificent century, small gestures become weapons. A missing piece of jewelry, a deliberate insult, a strategic misunderstanding, a manipulated rumor. One famous sequence shows Hürrem being blamed for a scandal she did not commit. The Valide punishes her harshly, but instead of breaking, Hürrem rises stronger. She wins Suleiman's sympathy, and with it, more power. The Valide begins to understand that she is facing a new type of woman, not a concubine, not a servant, but a player, a contender. No rivalry exists in isolation, and this one has a crucial observer, Grand Vizier Ibrahim Pasha. Ibrahim is loyal to the Valide and to tradition, and he sees Hürrem as a disruptive force, a woman too bold, too clever, too ambitious. His political stance strengthens the Valide's hand. He supports punishments against Hürrem. He warns Suleiman. He protects the old order. But Hürrem recognizes Ibrahim as an obstacle. She studies him. She understands his weaknesses. And she slowly begins setting the stage for their eventual clash. With Ibrahim as Valide Sultan's right hand, the rivalry transforms from personal tension into strategic warfare. Despite her authority, Valide Sultan begins to feel something she has not felt in years. Fear. Not fear of losing position. No one can strip her title while she lives, but fear for her son, fear for the empire, fear that Hürrem's influence is too strong, too emotional, too unpredictable. She worries. What if Hürrem manipulates Suleiman? What if she twists his judgment? What if she endangers the succession? Every rivalry has a moment where the hidden becomes visible, where the unspoken becomes undeniable. For Hürrem and the Valide, this breaking point comes when Hürrem becomes pregnant again, when she demands her own rooms, and she begins influencing political decisions. The Valide sees the future. Hürrem might become the most powerful woman in the empire. But she cannot accept it, and yet she cannot stop it. In the series, their final explosive argument before the Valide's death is filled with tension, emotion, and unspoken truth. Valide realizes something heartbreaking. The future will not be shaped by her. It will be shaped by this new woman, this fire from another land, this storm in human form. As Hafsa Sultan's health declines, the palace grows quieter. Her authority fades, her influence weakens, and the harem begins slowly gravitating toward Hürrem. Her death is a turning point, not only emotionally for Suleiman, but politically. Hürrem becomes unstoppable. She becomes mother of multiple princes, Suleiman's emotional anchor, a powerful political advisor, the woman who would later become the first legal wife of an Ottoman sultan in centuries. The rivalry ends not with vengeance, but with transition, with the fall of one dynasty of women and the rise of another. Hürrem steps into the vacuum left behind. She becomes the new center of power, the new queen of the harem, the new force shaping the empire. The Valide's fear becomes reality. Hürrem changes everything. This rivalry was not a simple conflict between two women. It was a clash of eras, a struggle between tradition and transformation. Hafsa Sultan represented order, rules, stability, century-old palace customs. Hürrem represented change, ambition, emotion, a new political role for women. From this clash emerged an entirely new imperial structure. Hürrem's era would later lead to the Sultanate of Women, where the mothers, wives, and daughters of sultans wielded unprecedented power. Their rivalry became the foundation of a political revolution. Two women, two worlds, one throne of influence.